I don't feel like jails really rehabilitate people. I don't think that jails release people back into the public as better people than they came in. Would you agree? I've only done a couple of days. As someone who's done years in prison, do you think that people come out better after prison or worse?
No, I think rehabilitation to me is equals to wearing somebody down when they just said, I had enough and I don't want to do this again, so let me try to lead my life the right way. They don't rehabilitate you in there. You just had enough. And guys that have done a lot of time, that's kind of I don't want to do this again. That's kind of it. But as far as people that do time and be rehabilitated because of the prison experience, it's I used to tell guys in there. They used to come to me and say, hey, Mike, next time I commit my crime, I know how to do it. I said, really? Yeah. How'd you learn that? Everybody in here got caught. How did you learn it from somebody that got caught? And they don't want to rehabilitate you. They don't want to. Trust me. I mean, prison is a business also. And they, the hypocritical thing? I spoke once in front of the Senate staff it was an anniversary of 9/11. Talked about prison reform. And I said to them, why don't you want to rehabilitate people? These are your constituents. I said, don't you want them to come out and not be a threat to the community that you reside over again? You should rehabilitate people in there. The punishment is being in prison. It's not being punished again while you're in prison. It's being in prison, separated from the people you love, taking your freedom away. You should rehabilitate people in there so they don't do it again. They don't wreak havoc on your community again. But they don't think that way because they don't care.
Yeah, I mean, personally, you would think that, for example, if you look at all the prisoners that are locked up right now, a good percentage of them probably don't have high school diplomas, right?
Correct, yeah.
I think you could tie education to the percentage of people that go to prison, right?
Yeah.
You could say that a high school dropout is more likely to end up doing crimes to support themselves because they don't have a high school diploma, they don't have the education, they may not know how to read, they may not know how to do math. So they're more likely to do a job that doesn't require any of those skills, and therefore they're doing crime, right? Why not require everyone who gets locked up who doesn't have a high school diploma, they have to get their GED in order to get out?
I agree with that.
And if they do it, they could shave some time off their sentence. But if they don't do it, they get more time until they actually get their diploma. Doesn't that seem like an obvious thing to do that will better society as a whole? So now you have a person that gets out who knows how to read, who knows how to do basic math, and has a high school diploma. So when a job asks for that, they can show them that.
I agree with that being a requirement, in the minimum, learn how to read and write, get an education. But they don't want to rehabilitate you in there. It's all a farce. They don't care about that.
You've talked about seeing rapes in prison?
Seeing rapes?
Or hearing them?
I didn't actually see the rape, but yeah, I heard about them.
So you hear guys getting raped in cells down the hall?
No. I don't think I ever said that. I know of situations when it happened.
Okay, so you know of rapes that have occurred.
Yeah.
You've never actually seen or heard them.
No.
And I've heard all types of different stories when it comes to this. I've heard never happens. This is just, with the movies. And a lot of times the guys are already gay and they're doing consensual sex. But I've heard very different stories also. I remember this guy, 1090 Jake, who's a regular on my show. He said a story where a bunch of guys were put in a cell together, and a bunch of them were brand new. They were teenagers, whatever else. One guy goes to the bathroom, to take a number 2, and one of the other inmates comes in with a knife and just says, turn around, don't even wipe, or else I'm going to stab you. Take your choice. You want to get stabbed or do you want to bend over? Don't even wipe. Like a horrific type of story, or how older guys would gang rape younger inmates and stuff like that. Based on what you saw, was it as bad as people describe it, or was it more people who are actually gay who are having consensual sex?
Yeah, more people actually gay. But understand, that would happen more in a state prison than in the federal system.
Right, the state, I heard, is always worse.
Yeah, they crack down on that stuff. In the state, I don't know. I didn't do state time. I only did state jail time. So I didn't do prison time. But it was more like you said. I mean, look, I went into Phoenix, Arizona when I first started out. I got into my cell, and a guy comes over to me and says, I'll do your laundry and everything else. And I knew he was gay. And he says to me, I'm a girl, right? I said, I do. I said, but I'm married. I ain't interested,
Wait, so
Yeah.
you had a gay cellmate?
No. He saw me come in.
Yeah.
So he came to my cell afterwards. He was on that tier.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll do your laundry for you. I'll do your ironing. And I said, that's okay. And he said, I'm gay, just like that.
He said, I know I'm gay, or I'm a girl?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a girl. I'm sorry. He said,
Meaning
I'm a
that
girl.
he's willing to take it.
Yeah. So he was coming on to me. And I said, I appreciate that, but I'm married. The funny thing is, a day later, this guy got stabbed. And it was over a love affair with him. And I don't know the whole story.
You almost got caught up in that love triangle. Huh? If you would have taken him up on that offer.
He got stabbed, or one of his lovers got. I don't know what happened. It was a big disturbance on the yard, and he or she was involved in it. But I said, listen, I'll do my own laundry, and I'm cool with that. So no problem.
Oh yeah, I hear that there's actual, and I've talked to people I've interviewed that have actually seen full-blown weddings in the yard with inmates throwing rice and the makeup and the dress.
I didn't see that, but there were a number of, we called them he-she's back then. That they're in there. Let's put it that way. But in the federal system, they don't tolerate that. I don't know about the state, but in the Fed, they don't tolerate.
So having gay relations is considered illegal.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and absolutely. In the federal system, 100%.